So, we, the first two people to come out for questions. First two, just two. I want to assume we don't have any. The first two to come here. Don't raise up here. I said the first two to come here. Okay, now it's finished. So your question.
Is there anybody else that would like to ask anything?
Oh yeah, come. Join them.
Any other one?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for finding time to come and talk to us on a topic like this. My question is,
Just ask you a question.
I don't know, what are the things we need outside our first degree in order to have a career success? Like you were saying the other time, people come for interviews and all that, you know, they ask you questions, they need. So what are those things that we actually need to put in place in order to have a
Let me take all the questions. Let me just write it down.
Writing Bible.
Pen. Okay, they've got one.
Yeah, thank you very much. My question is related to your last statement, sorry, the one I said, celebrate your success. You see, in this world of ours, not everybody are supposed to be successful. Just like, not everybody are supposed to be rich and poor. So when you're celebrating your success, when you serve as a mockery, as a kind of test to others, probably they are successful, they want to, thank God I'm not a person, so I want to make more of them, probably to bring them forward or not. So I also want you to explore pushing more down, which is success. Thank you.
Sir, my question, I actually experienced this while working with my watch, and I'm so happy it came up. How do you reconcile your personal standards and working with a team? Like, okay, I set a personal standard for myself, I can't go below this. And the whole thing is saying, and what I think the team is doing is, is going below my personal standards. How do I reconcile this? Should I sit back and watch? Or should I just, in order to go with the pack, do what every other person is doing?
Good question. Don't join them.
I'm not here to ask a question, but I just want to appreciate and commend him. Most of us here, when we're talking, even our watch leaders, we exempt ourselves. But I really appreciate him, irrespective of his position and his achievements. All the statement was using we, us. He never said you, looking down on us. But most of us, as leaders, you exempt yourself when you're talking to your members, and you said, we exempt ourselves. When we're talking to our member, we say you.
Those ones, they are bosses, they are not leaders, they are boss.
So, but look at him, irrespective of his position, his achievements, never said you. He said,
those of you that are always saying you are a boss, you are not a leader. Take it from me, you are a boss. Did you hear me? Yes. Good.
Okay, the last speaker, I want to thank you very much for the compliment. Let me try to repeat the first question. The first guy actually said, what are those things we need to succeed after our first degree? Did I get your question right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you see, let's not look at success as a one-off thing. That's the first thing you should look at first. Success is a continuous process. You cannot finish success in life. I remember there was one of these statements, one of these elder statements in the world. The guy was 85 years old. And as at 85 years old, he died on his bed. And when he died, the book was on his chest. And that book was How to Become a Better Leader. If someone at 85 years old is still trying to improve his leadership capability, that means you and I, we should see success as something continuous. It's a daily thing. Now, when you get your first degree, it's very important you get a good first degree. But it's not the end of the world, because all of us cannot finish with first class. All of us cannot finish with second class offer. All of us cannot finish with tutu. Alright, it's normal. But do your very best and try, because look at it this way, this is how I measure myself. If people are getting first class, how come, why can't I get first class? And personally for me, maybe I should mention this, I missed first class because of student unionism. I would have graduated with the first class in my university, in my first degree, but I was involved with student unionism, so I lost a lot of fun there. But that's a digression. But by the way, whatever you finish from, you need to learn that it is not, when you go to most organizations who are employing these days, you find out that most people don't really take into consideration your certificate. Why is it so? Because there are a lot of people who are first class these days who get their first class because they were in the course. A lot of ladies get their first class because they were able to get some lecturers. A lot of guys got their first class because they were able to bribe lecturers. We've seen all that. But what is it that you need to distinguish yourself? That's why you have active tests. And you find out that people at times, we open the test, even people with tutu come. You find out that there are some guys with tutu that performs better than people who are even coming with first class. So now you know that once you've seen it, that it is not the university degree that determines your success. Improve your personal self, your personal knowledge. How do you do? Read a lot of books. Read motivational books. Watch motivational movies. What really will positively impact you. Then as you move on with that, don't stop. Once you move on to the first level, if you are comfortable enough, move on, do your second degree. Do your third degree. Just keep going, don't stop. That's what life is all about. Life is all about continuous improvement. I believe I've answered your question. And then someone asked that celebrating your success, your achievement could be termed as oppression onto others. If I summarize it properly, I guess that's it. Well, you should look at what is your motive behind celebrating your success. Are you celebrating your success to intimidate your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues? No. There are 1,001 ways to celebrate your success. Alright? Celebrating your success, I told you of an example that I wanted to celebrate your success, and what did I do? I decided to go and do desert rally. Nobody even knew I did anything except me and my friend that we decided to go and do the rally together. That's actually what I wanted to do. And I said, okay, I want to tie this to something I really wanted to do. You don't have to block the whole street, the whole neighborhood, because you are throw, parties and you're celebrating your success. That one is going to be like, show me, let them see me. If you know you want to celebrate success, okay, like we did last week in my club, there are various motherless baby homes. Can't spend so much money that they need it. So, understand the point that you should understand what is the motive behind my celebration. Do I want to buy a Range Rover and I go and park it in my neighbor's car and I say, okay, you won't enter today, you must see my car before you enter. So, and I think the third lady asked me, how do I reconcile my personal standard with the team standard? If the team standard is below my standard, you should understand first that it is a team, it is not an individual. A team is a collection of people. Now, when all people come together, there are conflicts in team. It doesn't mean that because you are in a team, there are no conflicts. In reality, there are conflicts in team. And maybe there are various kinds of team types. You see, when you grow up in your career, there are various kinds of team types. Some of you, if you like reading, you might check up this thing on the internet. It's called Belvin team types. Belvin is spelled B-E-L-V-I-N, just the way you pronounce it. There are various kinds of team types. So when people are forming a team, they look at the various skills that people have to form a team. But as you are here, it's for you to learn leadership. Leadership is a shameful process. When you are in the team, people will annoy you. People will disagree with you. They might even kill your ideas. But does that mean you should back out from the team? No. Because if you back out, then that means you're not showing teamwork. So you just still have to cope with it. You have to try to communicate as clearly as possible. If your idea is not taken, then you have to deal with it. But you don't have to disagree or quarrel with people. All right.
Kunle, I want to thank you very much for that wonderful exposition. With awareness, they say, comes responsibility. You've heard a lot today. So whatever you do with it is your own. When I was in secondary school, my Latin teacher used to tell us something. He normally says it in Latin, but I'm not very good at it. I can't remember it again. But the meaning, I will tell you. He will tell us that, look, everyone, you are the architect of your own fortune and misfortune, of your own success and failure.